Welcome to my plot in East Sussex. What a week this is. Look at the weather we're having. Temperatures have certainly been up. But would you believe that last night it was -2 degrees? It's time to do some seed sowing and planting out. Enough time has been wasted on doing timber projects. Now we've got to get some serious gardening. Catch up to you later. The light levels are increasing and temperatures are on the way up. I really must get on with some seed sowing. Last week, for the first time in my YouTube adventures, I added a competition to my upload. My neighbours on the plot were curious at my latest project and could not understand what I was constructing, and none could guess, leading me to think this would be a good competition. And I had an extra soil blocker, which could be a good prize. None of my subscribers guessed either. Why? Had I made it too hard? Were the clues too obtuse? I don't know. What I'll do is put all the names in a hat that commented last week, irrespective of if they tried to answer the question, and whoever is drawn will receive the soil blocker. But for now, I will go through the clues. In this area, the local farmers have shooting parties, some to shoot at the large rabbit and wood pigeon population, some on or after the 12th of August to shoot pheasants, and the large estates to cull the local deer herds. The music played is the thunder and lightning polka. My grandson's dog is a rescue dog who suffered bad treatment as a pup. Consequently, anyone carrying a stick or gun gives him the shivers. Likewise, sound noise such as thunder also gives him the shivers. And on the plot, when he hears shot or noise aloud, he runs and hides in a compost bin. So why not give him a spot he could feel safe in, such as a kennel. The day now starts in the polly with the spraying of the seedlings to keep them moist, though the water reservoir and capillary matting are doing their job. Seed trays for the 2-inch soil blocker are now required, and I want to build them on traditional lines, or the way we did it in the olden days when trams were pulled by horses. Castle Hill Gardens had a good video on building these in the traditional way. All I remember, except we used the scalpings off the machine shop floor and used no glue. Forklifts did not come into general use in the construction industry till about the 1970s, hence the need for pallets, the material I am using. Because it's free. I'm putting it together with nails, but there's no glue, and the base I'm using some scrap wire mesh off the rubbish pile. I have no measurements as this is a prototype, so for this exercise a plastic tray is used now for the model. We'll give it a dummy run, make modifications, and when satisfied make a batch, setting up the DeWalt overarm saw for a bit of mass production. Castle Hill used templates to size his seed boxes, which is fine if your material is the same thickness or it's not important to fit a specific number of items. But for me, as seen later, it is important. Therefore, to record the internal size of the box, and at this stage I thought the internal size was okay, but later on I found it would take the blocks a bit tight, so the next box determined the internal dimensions. We are now ready to nail the box together, but not like this. This is not the way to do it. The long pieces should be nailed to the short ones, not as this is, short to long. Watch how my brain becomes confused and then presses on and nails it with a shot with the subject not in the frame, instead of stopping, readjusting and doing another take. Don't worry. When I make the modified box after the trial, it will become clear. The traditional seed box has slats as a base and a wire restraint, where I need contact between the capillary matting and the seed block, so I use a wire mesh. Box assembled and the wire mesh stapled to its base. It is then trimmed with wire snips, and to stop cutting of the hands from sharp projections, hammered back into the face of the wood. Prototype tray made. What's now required is some soil blocks and a fresh mix of compost. To add bacteria to my mix, my own well-rotted compost is required. As previously mentioned, the blocker fits, but it's a shade tight. Last week I covered over the rhubarb as a forcing agent. Curiosity made me uncover it to rate its progress, and was quite pleased with the results. Should be ready for next week's Mothering Sunday celebrations when the family come for tea. Next day, and what a day. Clear blue sky, warm sunshine. The first job, take the internal dimensions of the prototype box and make the pattern for the production line model. The making of this box only took 30 minutes. If I set my stall out, the production line average should be even quicker. My friend and fellow plot holder Dave called me down for a coffee and a request to keep an eye on his plot next week, and where required, a bit of watering. It works perfectly. Only one small problem: the bench is a couple of slats short and the last block misses the capillary mat. No problem to widening it. I'll put it on the list. Well, that's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thumbs up would be nice, and please don't forget to comment. But see you next week. Bye. "15 Burbette in the garden." 14 Bob and Mel's gardens. 13 Allotment Grow How. 12 ACS Allotment Life. Number 11 Allotment Life. 10 is Muddy Boots.
Good luck, Muddy Boots.
No biased. Gotta be fair and above board. Dawn Chorus. Petals on the Paving Slab, number 6. 4 is The Dancing Gardener. Number 5 is Rich Tea. 3 is Patricia Nakubi. My Hillside Garden, number 2. Joyce Slangdon, number 1.
Good
Shake 'em up, shake 'em up. Pull one out, my love. And the winner is... Number 14,
Bob Mel's
Garden.
Bob and Mel's Garden.
Well done, Bob. What I need, Bob, is your email, and then I can get this posted to you. Thanks for participating. Bye for now.